Well, welcome back, everybody, to Bear's Rod Shop. Hope everybody had a safe and Merry Christmas and New Year's. Yes, you're looking at that 76C3 steering column once again, and you're going to wonder, what in the world, why is it still sitting here disassembled? Well, holidays come along, and then we ordered some parts, and they came in right there at Christmas. Aftermarket, and we're going to go over those details here in a minute. Why not to buy rack arm and rack gear for these columns aftermarket? I got a new switch. We tested the other switch, and one of the ground lugs back here, you could just jiggle the activator rod and on the ohm meter, and it would cut in and out. So got a new switch. They're not very expensive. I think my cost was $20. But let's move on. Yeah, all of this has, like I say, been tore completely down. New plastic housing. The one had cracked on removal prior to, first time we tore it down. And then this was all took apart, repacked, re-greased. You can just, there's many a video. You can lightly take this thing over to a brass piece and anvil, and then just lightly tap this. Once you put this back together, she stays like she's supposed to. All right, that being said, let's move over here to why I am griping and about aftermarket parts. Here is, of course, it came with a new, let's see here, spring. Even the spring quality was really poor. Let's lay the spring down here as well. The spring diameter is smaller, and the hooks are real tiny on the end down here the end where the screw goes, but where it hooks the rod there, it's closed up so much you can't even get it on there. All right, you'll notice this new rack arm, it only has 5 teeth. The original old one has 6 for this particular column. And also, this is enlarged here to fit proper. Let's turn this around. Fit proper. This one here, well, it's a little hard to adjust. Just bear with me. But it doesn't even fit into the gear arm. I mean, yes, this has to be turned over, so let's turn it over. And let's see here. Well, you'll get the gist. It does not fit symmetrical. Well, it's out of shape. And anyhow, this is made for earlier 73, possibly a 74, but this 76 had not only more teeth here and here, but this one is short. And when you take the two rods, we could get a mic out here, I guess, and show you. We'll line them up. You can see the difference. This thing is short over 1/8 of an inch. Now, and that doesn't let the activator rod work down to the ignition switch, and it doesn't let it get all the way off to get your key when it goes to lock out. So that's the reason we're still fiddling with this thing. But since it was late, it was Christmas Eve when this come in the mail. So this is junk. Don't waste your money. Use these. What I did, and you're going to see another full video of making this gear not only trued up. My machinist, Mr. Bell's over there at Bell's Machine, is an excellent machinist. He took this plastic and jigged it on a mill, and we're talking about a big old tall Inco mill, vertical mill. And when you watch that video, I think you're going to be floored. He indexed this in that jig. He put it on aluminum block and put it in his Kurt vise. But anyhow, he got this zeroed perfectly flat to XYZ, X and Y, excuse me. Anyhow, that cutter had trimmed that plastic to where it was totally now back true. We're talking about toilet paper thin cut on the plastic. Then he made this 6,000, because we needed 12, so this is a 6,000 wall aluminum shim. Yeah, I got a little grease on there when I pulled it back out, but it's a pristine fit. And then, of course, you never use petroleum type grease. You use non-petroleum type grease or lead up plastic. This was packed full of old yellow grease of some kind. But anyhow, you can see the teeth are still in perfect shape, and look how wide compared and broad, and they fit perfect in the old gear. So we could turn this over. Oop, get back down here and focus. But when it goes in, it'll fit perfect. Now, another thing is that right in here, we can zoom down, in this channel, there is a spring. It's a leaf spring. And that's that little tiny jewel right there, about the size of a silver dollar out to out. But I lost that booger. And you're going to wonder why. Well, what's that laying on the table here? This is out of my old 1970s, late 70s, 80s welding hood, which I didn't need anymore. Got them modern ones now. So I took some spring steel and made my own spring. Yes, eBay's out there got a bunch of, not a bunch, but there were several selling used tilt steering wheel column parts. This could have been bought for $4. Didn't know how wore or out it would have been. Guy had good reviews, but I decided to make my own. And it can be done, just a little patience. And of course, once you heat the ends to make these two bends, you're taking all the spring out of it. Then you'll have to reheat this in the oven, bring it up to temperature. Don't get it red. Bring it up to temperature, get its arch in there, and then let it naturally cool off. It took about 3-4 hours coming down in the oven to a lower temperature, and so it works just like a brand new one and looks like the original. So this housing, you'll see, he tried to set this up in the mill so we could actually make that bushing here thicker, but it become just way too time consuming because this casting here is not perpendicular because your key goes in there on a slope, so you would have had to jig. I'm going to be out of exaggeration. You'd have had to have considerable time trying to jig this in the vise. And then, of course, you can't clamp it very hard because it's aluminum. And so we decided 6/1000ths on the bushing would be great. Don't throw these away. Don't throw your actuator and arm unless it's cracked, broke. Sometimes they will crack right here. I didn't want to run out and try to find another column to get parts. But we hope this helps on saving the parts. I've already put it back together, tore it apart now to grease. And this pin was in really excellent shape. I will put the light, very light grease. You don't want a bunch of grease in there, but just something to go in there and cushion, again, non-petroleum grease. You don't want anything eating on plastic. And this should last, as long as the young man that owns that beautiful Corvette there, undercover. It will function just like it was when it came out of the factory. We hope this video is helpful. Sorry we haven't been back lately to put out any videos. Learning that editing mumbo jumbo, I'm going to call it my age. Again, it takes up here, gives you a headache. And we're going to accomplish it. And we're going to turn out some better videos. So I hope y'all will share. To my viewers that are watching, some of my other subscribers, Metal Shaper is cleaning up his shop, which we need to do. We've got a lot of good older Willys Jeeps parts for sale, some tools. You guys check out his channel, give him a comment. He was going to put it in big storage trailers if he doesn't move it, and that's what we need to do. So if y'all get a chance, get over to Metal Shaper and give Brian also a thumbs up and subscribe. But check out, because he's got some wonderful good sheet metal. Some CJ5, some CJ3A, 2A, doors, fenders, and he's an excellent builder. If you're getting a bind and you need somebody to make you any part of a Jeep, Brian's the man to go to. To my subscriber, old Pete222, Adam over at A-Bomb79, this old Tony, Jerry Kilpatrick, y'all have a safe, wonderful new year. Keep up your videos. I hope to get better. Please come back and visit us. God bless.